Welcome to the Midsummer Scream.
I want to give a big thank you to Loot Crate for sponsoring today's episode. For a low monthly fee, Loot Crate will send a box of 6 to 8 of the best geek and gamer items right to your door. Welcome to a crazy episode of DIY Prop Shop. I'm Vinny Lagozio and I'm here with Elizabeth Rage at the Midsummer Scream Halloween Festival. We've got a booth downstairs and we'll be making props and costumes all weekend long. Today I'm going to be working on the Freddy Krueger glove from Nightmare on Elm Street. Wanted to do a really classic build for the horror convention. And we're also going to be doing some costumes as well. So
yes,
what are you making, Elizabeth?
I'm going to be making these Silent Hill nurses.
Nice, I love Silent Hill. All right, we're excited to get started and we will see you downstairs. So the Freddy Krueger glove is actually a pretty simple build. We're gonna start with the glove, and I got one that looked like it was pretty close to the movie, and then we're just gonna add some cladding to the glove, but the really interesting thing is jointing the finger cladding. He's got these armor pieces around each knuckle that they actually have to bend with the glove. We're gonna accomplish that using brads, which are like cheap paper fasteners. That should work really well for our purpose and hold it onto the glove pretty nicely. In the movie, they actually used metal plating for all of these armor pieces and then also the knives. But I would love to not be arrested today, so I'm gonna use plastic.
And because we were right in the middle of it all, this place was loud. Think like 40 chainsaws going off at the same time, because that's kind of what was happening. So a good amount of this episode will be voiceover. Okay, let's get these templates made. This allows us to quickly try different shapes and dimensions to see what fits before we use up our nice material. If you're making this at home, I highly recommend you try making the templates from scratch yourself just to get comfortable with doing it. Make some holes for those brads. Nice and bendy.
So we've worked on our paper templates to a point that I think these are really going to work nicely for the glove. You can see that I've cut a slit out of the top of the finger, which I can use these two prongs to fold over, and that'll create a kind of a cap for the finger guard. We're going to use the same template to do the index, middle, and ring fingers, and we've made just a slightly scaled down version for the pinky, but same idea. We've also made a back plate for the glove, so that will fit something like there, and we're going to attach these something like that. The main thing that we want to accomplish here is that the finger can actually joint, and it looks like we can do that pretty nicely here. So I'm comfortable transferring this onto thermoplastic. We'll cut it out, we'll heat it up, bend it by hand, and then we'll also cut out some knives to stick onto the fingers. Something like this.
Uh-oh, who's that? Hey, see that crazy little underfold at the end of the finger guard? That's one way to shorten your template on the fly. Just bend it under and trace the shortened version. These knives are double thick to keep their shape. You'll notice that they've also got these flaps that bend outward at 90-degree angles at the back. We'll heat up those flaps and stick them to the underside of the finger guard. That should hold them pretty nicely. Now, if we were using metal pieces, these knives would be attached with some nice drippy welding. But to mimic the look of the original, a little line of hot glue will be just fine.
We've got our knives attached to the finger guards now, and just want to make a quick note for when you make these, do not make this look nice. If you look back at the reference images, look, this glove is an absolute mess. Freddy Krueger is a horrifying man that made this in a dirty basement. So there's no precision, and when you attach this to the glove, we're not measuring anything. You notice we didn't use any rulers. I freehanded all of this, so really, take some liberties and make it really messy. So once this is done drying, I can prime the entire thing, and I'm gonna do that for the other fingers and knives as well. I'm not gonna prime the yellow glove because I like the color, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of browns and reds, a couple maybe streaks of black here and there, but otherwise, we're good to go. I'll use epoxy to attach the finger joints to the glove and make sure that we maintain that mobility.
Oh yeah, you'll also want to cut this glove up to shreds. Knife it up, use scissors, really just get in there and make a mess of it. Time for some painting. I almost hesitate to call it that, but we are certainly putting color on an object. I'm using a sponge brush here and wiping off almost all of the paint before I touch the glove. This will give us very light, very incremental coverage. We can always add more later. What are you looking at? The blades want to be silver, while the rest of the guard wants to be something like a copper or a brass, so you'll have to take these parts off separately. As long as your glue doesn't seep through, you can attach these pieces while still wearing the glove and make sure that they're in the right spot. Also want to make sure that those finger joints have mobility after you glue. To attach the back ends, we're going to drill out holes for our brads and just feed them right on through the top of the glove. Just a few paint touch-ups now that everything is attached. And that's it! There you go, Freddy. Now you can straight up terrorize the neighborhood.
Well, please check out DIY Cosplay Shop as well, and let us know which convention you'd like us to show up to next. Till next time, I'm Benny Lagozio.
And I'm Elizabeth Rage.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks to Loot Crate for sponsoring this episode. For more information, click the link in the description. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.